Swami Dayananda Saraswati was one of the greatest teachers of Vedanta. 20 years ago, Swamiji's invaluable teachings were available only in the form of small stapled pocketbooks. In 2004, it was decided that his teachings and talks would be transcribed and published. To undertake this endeavor, the Arsha Vidya Research and Publication Trust was established under the leadership of Srimati Sheila Balaji and Srimati Sunita Shantaram. The first editors who served as pillars of the trust, Ms. Chandra Krishnaswamy and Dr. Ranganayaki Iyengar, were instrumental in bringing out the first two titles, Living Intelligently and Successful Living, in July 2004. Pujya Swamiji would himself look through the manuscript, slash out parts, and write notes himself. Today, AVRNPT has published around 72 titles. A major milestone was the recognition given by the Federation of Indian Publishers. All books published by AVRNPT are designed exclusively with text because we wanted each reader to stay with the thought of Pujya Swamiji and his wisdom. This was an effort to stay true to the essence of what it felt like to be at one of his talks. AVRNPT's books are available in an array of languages, both Indian and international.
So translating Swamiji's book in French, so what an adventure, right? I mean, you can spend days and sometimes weeks just to get the precise intention behind a word or a sentence and get all its nuances, its subtlety and its depth. So in that way, it has been for me really a sadhana. And obviously the other benefit was for people who, like me, couldn't have access to this teaching in English, who couldn't be comfortable in English, and now could read and have access of this beautiful vision of Vedanta in their own language.
In 2016, AVRNPT released 52 titles on Kindle. The Trust also created an app called Teachings of Swami Dayananda. In March 2018, Jnana Pravaha, a special reading and research center dedicated to Pujya Swamiji's teachings, was inaugurated. Located in Manjakudi, Pujya Swamiji's Janma Bhumi, Jnana Pravaha has over 7,000 hours of digital content, a quiet center designed for in-depth study. Jnana Pravaha is an ideal space for Vedantic pursuits and contemplation. We thank the innumerable contributors who helped to make this work possible and reach the treasures of Pujya Swamiji's teachings to all those who are yearning to get a glimpse of this timeless knowledge.
Mahaganapatin manasa smarami Mahadeva mudam shirasa namami Mahaganapatin manasa smarami. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sakaviryan Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. the this clock is going fast or what? I always find there it is, I am coming in time and then I find I am late. No, not much, one minute and all. It's okay, we will check up. Nice to be in time, it's good to. It looks as though there is a choice. Choice for one to command a degree of compassion. Why this is so? Because in the society, if someone is compassionate, we call the person as a saintly person. We praise the person as a saint. That means that person is very special. This is not acceptable to us. The Vedic culture doesn't accept that. In its vision, everyone has to grow into a saint, because dharma is a purushartha. This is also, as many things, or is not fully understood. Dharma as a purushartha, how you can present it? Dharma is a purushartha, how are you going to present it? Artha means power, security, name, fame. All this can be artha. They give you a sense of security. The name in the society you can encash. Influence you can encash. I always see this. This was very appalling to me. Every person who has no big means goes to from Bombay. From Madras to Bombay, he will engage a taxi. The person engages a taxi and then goes to the places where he has to go. He or she. And because that person can afford, afford a taxi. He is not rich. He can afford a taxi with some difficulty. Some others wait for a bus and take a bus. The one who can really afford never engages a taxi. This is amazing to me. Never. It used to be very appalling to me. It disturbed me also those days. A rich man always phones somebody. He never goes in a taxi. He can afford to engage a taxi. No, he will phone. He will phone a person. And the person will come, somebody will come, friend will be there, somebody will be there, will come and pick him up. That's how it is. Rich grows richer, poor goes poorer. That's how the economy is. It's amazing, but it's how it is. In Artha, you have to include influence. You should include power. You should include fame, name, everything you should include. And some of these things can be viewed also as karma, because it gives you a sense of satisfaction, ego satisfaction. Artha becomes karma. Otherwise, why should anybody manipulate a market and then to buy a new corporation? You manipulate the stocks of the corporation, make it go down, then buy the corporation, and then afterwards goes up. The kind of things they do. At least in India, I know one fellow who's doing this. Don't rely on this fellow, okay? And so what I say, so they used to do this. And they do why? Why should you have enough money for 5 generations? Even if all the generations of children do not work, still they will be very comfortable. But the fellow has to buy another corporation, has to manipulate, has to do this corporate crimes. He has got to do that. Why? Because ego satisfaction, correct? Do you call it artha or kama? I say it is pure kama. It has nothing to do with artha. Anything that gives a sense of satisfaction is kama. Don't think kama means mere pleasures. Any ego trip, name, fame, etc. also gives a sense of satisfaction. Therefore, they are artha, they are kama. Now the presentation of dharma is, I see people doing this. So dharma, artha, kama, moksha are 4 purusharthas. So chaturvida purusharthaha. 4 purusharthas are there. Then afterwards you have to explain what is purushartha. So purushaihi, artyate iti purusharthaha, sarvaihi purushaihi. And so that which is prartyate, that which is desired by people, all the people, is called purushartha. Then here is a note. Purusha means not male alone, it is female also. And therefore again you can go all this. This is how it is all done. This also they don't do. This is done generally. People who are thorough will do all that. So purusharthas. Chaturvida purusharthaha. Tesham chaturvida purusharthanam madhye mokshaha eva prathama purusharthaha. Mukhya purusharthaha. So among these 4 purusharthas, 1 purushartha is the most important purushartha, is moksha. Now he can talk about moksha. All the 3 are ditched now already. Just because he has told the moksha. Why? Because moksha is the prathama purushartha, mukhya purushartha. And therefore, so moksha alone is mukhya. In fact, people are sitting there thinking that you will give some idea about artha and kama, and therefore, so this little bit of moksha, okay? Little bit of moksha. Moksha means some kind of ananda. They are not interested in moksha. Suppose you say moksha means there is no punarjanma. There is no rebirth. That is called moksha. A lot of people say, yeah, I'm not interested in that. Because they want to be reborn. I'm not interested in this rebirth. I'm interested in, not in this not being born. I'm not interested. I would like to be born again. Born again after death, not during life. During lifetime, don't be born again. My God, no, don't be born again. You are born already once, that is enough. Don't be born again, unless what? I don't want to explain all that. And therefore what I say, so this is not, in fact, I never talk about this absence of rebirth. Did you see ever am I discussing moksha, absence of rebirth? That's only sort of a thing. But by the way, you have to say that. You won't be reborn and all that. They are not interested in rebirth or no rebirth. Abhi kya hai? We only deal with now. When I say moksha is right now, why should I talk of rebirth? If there is a rebirth, we will again work on it. Now I am here very much and I would like to see I am free enough. To have a limited body, to have a limited mind, to have limited knowledge, to have limited money, of course. To have this, I must be free enough to have these limited things. Is it possible? If these limitations do constitute my being, I have no freedom. There is no moksha. There is no moksha. If these constitute limitation, there is no moksha from limitations. Correct? The body is limited, mind is limited, knowledge is limited, money is limited, power is limited, influence is limited. Even if you become the president of this country, limited, you are now in trouble. You don't know what to do now. Why did we go in there? It's a problem. This is our good old Puliwala. Tiger style. This fellow was walking through the forest and little tired, and under the tree he dozed off. He sat there and dozed off. He did not doze off. And he dozed off. And he woke up. And then there's a tiger standing there. Tiger was facing that side and the tail was his side. He knows something about this tiger. The tiger, these are all notes, footnotes, So this tiger, these are all information you should have. So this tiger always requires to strike the ground 3 times before it pounces. Really. If you are smart, what you should do, if you come across a tiger, then just stand there. Watch the tiger. It's going to pounce on you. Yes, it's planning to pounce on you. Then count. First, 1 strike, 3 strikes you are all used to, baseball. It's not like that. Here, 3 strikes. 1, 2, 3. You move away, because once it targets you and pounces and misses the target, the psychology of tiger is it never turns back, keeps running. Wow, what a useful information. This is a very useful information, I tell you. So these are all information. I don't know. from where I get this information, but I have this all information. It's a very useful information. Now this fellow has this information, and therefore, so he held on to the tiger's tail, so that it cannot do anything. So the tiger's tail he held on to. The tiger goes round and round a tree. He is also going round and round the tree. This is exactly Iraq. If he leaves it, he is finished. That is also, you cannot leave it. You can't hold on to it. Every day the army is dwindling because you hold on to this tail. This is called tiger's tail. Understand? That is why I always say don't start ashrams, Each one of them is a tiger's tail. I get every day, so this offer, Swamiji, in our city start an ashram. Porompa, this is enough, I have got enough. So I never used to ask for money. Only here I am asking. The Gary tells me, Swamiji, you don't ask money at all. You don't ask for money. We will all ask. You don't ask for money. Why did you ask Swamiji money? You never used to ask. I never used to ask money. Ask for money. Only after coming to this country, I began pitching for money. This country teaches you a lot of things. Not only oops, You have to ask for money. Swamiji, you should not ask for money. He says that. I need to ask. What to do? How to run this? Puliwala. It's a tiger's tail. Therefore, when all these people tell me, start an ashram here, start an ashram there, we have got a piece of land, Swamiji, so I will give you 10 acres of land. Why don't you start? In Bombay, right in between Sion and Chembur, the one person, Somaya, offered me, this is truth, offered me 5 acres of land. Asked me, this Bombay 5 acres of land means what? Your mouth should go up like hippo, I tell you. So Bombay 5 acres of land, my God. What money? And he gave me 5 acres of land, asking me to start an ashram there, Gurukulam. I said, Haath joda. I have got not one tiger's tail. I got one hand this tail and another hand another tail. One I am holding it by the mouth. And so and therefore, in the meantime, I have started aiming for Seva also. And therefore, this is just endless, it is. Ask Bush. Is he happy? He puts on a show. Puts on a show. But even when he puts on a show, he always, even when he was elected to president, he always looked to me as a bewildered man. And now what? Now he cannot put on a show and then, this is just, what I'm saying is, nobody is really a happy person on this earth. No matter what you have, it's always a problem. How anybody is going to get out of these limitations and enjoy freedom? Everybody is booked. Everybody is booked. There is no freedom. Death may be a freedom. And then people say, death is not a freedom. You will be reborn. This is another thing. You will be reborn. Death is not a freedom. Death is a freedom for others. Not for you. You are a traveler. You will be back. Death is not a freedom. And therefore there is no such thing as after death moksha. Somebody tells, so that you go to heaven, you will have moksha. This is pure tourism, correct? This is tourism promotion. All heaven promoting these people, heaven going, this heaven bound, that's a better, heaven bound religions. Because their ultimate goal is going to heaven. Therefore they are heaven bound. And they are asking you to come to heaven. Correct? They say, you all should go to heaven. This is tourism. This is like going to Hawaii. This is tourism. So, go to heaven. But I am asking the question, am I going there as a jiva? The individual soul, they say S-O-U-L. The soul survives, okay? The soul survives death. And the soul is going to this heaven. Soul will have a body or not. Even if it has no body, then it will be a ghost town. Heaven will be a town for ghosts, correct? That's what is called ghost town. Deserted town is called ghost town. This is real ghost town. I will be a ghost, you will be a ghost, you will all be ghosts. No, you will have a body of your own. Even if you are a ghost, you are an individual. Individual ghost. And if you have a body of your own, then again the same problem. Same limitation. Body, mind, sense, complex limitation will be there. It will be a heavenly body. Heavenly body. But still the other fellow's body is different from your body. There again one Indra is there. He is the ruler. Indra is the ruler. And you are the ruled. Really. Therefore, it's not a solution. And therefore, moksha, if at all, if there is something, either I am free already or I can never be free. If I am free right now here, then it's a question of knowing, correct? And therefore, this dharmartha kama mokshaha, in this mukhya purushartha is considered to be moksha, then afterwards dharma is gone, artha is gone, kama is gone, everything is gone. Nothing goes, really speaking. Nothing goes. What does it mean? Should we all give up all these things? You give up dharma also? Somebody says, sarva dharman parityajya, maam ekam sharanam vraja. So, sab dharma ko chod ke, amara paas aa jao. One fellow translates this, give up all religions. Come to my religion. Krishna religion. All other religions. Lord Krishna has told, give up all religions. Come to my religion. This sounds exactly like everybody else. Therefore, we say, moksha is a Parama Purushartha, no doubt. It is Mukhya Purushartha. It is Parama Purushartha. That is okay, but it can wait. Then what they say? Artha Kama pursuits, you should continue, but follow Dharma. This is how follow Dharma. Now, in this approach, Artha Kama pursuits, you follow, go after them, but Dharma you follow. In this, what is Purushartha? What is Purushartha? Artha. Artha is Purushartha. Security, name, power, influence. This becomes Purushartha. Then what? Kama is Purushartha. All forms of pleasure. All forms of satisfaction. So, the ego satisfaction including. All these are Purusharthas. For which what? There are means. What are the means? Sadhana sadhya, and there are certain means. So the means are, profession is a means. And therefore, education and to equip yourself professionally, there is also a means. And therefore, there are a lot of sadhanas for achieving these various ends. Sadhana sadhya. Then among the sadhana sadhya, in these various, in Arthakama pursuits, one of the sadhanam is what? Dharma. Correct? One of the sadhanam is dharma. So what are the Purusharthas now? What are the Purusharthas? Dharma is a Purushartha? No. Artha is a Purushartha. Kama is a Purushartha. When you pursue Artha and Kama, you follow Dharma also. Correct? You follow Dharma. Don't give up Dharma. Therefore, follow Dharma. Therefore, Dharma becomes a subserving sadhanam for Artha and Kama. We have in our Vedantic literature the Sheshi, Shesha, Bhavaha. One is called Sheshi, the other is called Shesha. I will tell you what is Sheshi and Shesha. Little Vedic way. Suppose there is a big ritual. A ritual is called Darsha Purnamasa. There is a ritual. This main ritual, but this main ritual is never, it's a fire ritual. This Darsha Purnamasa is never accomplished unless you have certain other ritual. I can give a modern example also. So, this is another ritual you have to perform. So, this ritual is a Shesha, and that is the Sheshi. This is Anga, that is Angi. This is Anga, that is Angi. Angi means what? Main thing. Anga means a limb, a part, something connected to Angi. This is what we say Sheshi and Shesha. So this satellite ritual, it's called satellite ritual. Prayaja is a name of the ritual. You perform Prayaja in order to complete Darsha Purnamasa. Modern will be, you want to perform a surgery means, and before that there are certain small, this suppose if it is an open heart surgery, what you call that? This bypass. This bypass surgery, don't bypass a few things. What are they? then first you have to keep ready, harvest your own veins. That is another surgery. One fellow, he got cured of this thing, but where they took this vein from, and that never got healed. That got infected. That became a big problem. Now recently I know one case in India. It is another problem. This is all okay, he says. I am okay, here I am okay, but here I am not okay. And therefore what I say, so this is one more satellite. In fact, that is done by another fellow. This big guy comes only at the right time. There was one Cooley, Dr. Cooley, and he used to come and he used to monitor. So 10 of them are undergoing this, this bypass in Houston. This was there. And then all of them are made ready. Satellite ritual. Shesha. This is called Shesha. Then that is the Sheshi, because that is the main thing. Then he comes for the Sheshi. And the two VIP. For the VIP he comes. Other fellows have to. But he monitors, he tells, I monitor everything sitting there. So through this monitoring, room is there, and then he watches them all, what they are doing. He used to say that, Dr. Cooley. Therefore, this is what we say, Shesha and Sheshi. Arthakama becomes Sheshi, Dharma becomes what? Shesha. Because you have to follow Dharma in order to accomplish Artha and Kama. This is doing lip service to Dharma. Therefore, our culture is different. Nowhere this is told like this. I have tried to understand this thing. I have been meeting this one good thing is happening. I am talking to the authentic people belonging to different religious pursuits. I am talking to them. I am listening to them. And for them, so nobody thinks of Dharma as a Purushartha, as an end to be accomplished. Even our own people have not understood this. They always say Dharma has to be followed in order to achieve Artha and Kama. Therefore, Dharma is in the beginning of the list. This is not correct. It becomes Shesha. Artha Kama becomes main thing, correct? But that is not the thing. It has got a place as Artha and Kama. They are ends that human beings want to accomplish, and Dharma is placed as an end to be accomplished. Therefore, we do not look upon saintliness as something that a special person has to, chooses to have, or something the person is endowed with and everything else is okay. We don't accept that. Every person has to follow Dharma, means ahimsa paramo dharma. Ahimsa you have to follow. When you have to follow ahimsa, daya is inevitable. You cannot follow ahimsa without being compassionate. Can you? Can you follow? If you say nahimse, I don't hurt, means you have to follow compassion. You have to live a life of compassion. And therefore, so in the beginning, you are sensitive enough not to do. That is why this Mahavira and the Buddha, both of them highlighted ahimsa. Because in ahimsa you will discover compassion, daya. And therefore, dharma is, ahimsa is a dharma that occupies the first place. Satyam is dharma. In fact, if you follow one, everything else will come. These values are all like noodles. It never comes single. It's a bunch. So if you follow dharma, if one dharma you follow, all other values also you have to follow, because you cannot follow one without following others. Only just to name, they say so many, really. And therefore, we say dharma is something that you have to follow. Sometimes at the cost of artha, sometimes at the cost of kama. Therefore, artha, kama, they don't become sheshi and dharma becomes shesha. Dharma becomes an independent end of Purushartha. It should not be belittled and glossed over. It is an independent Purushartha. I have seen people saying this, and I understand that also. Saying this, then if you follow dharma, everything else, moksha will take care of itself. They will say, it won't take care of itself, but at least you become ready for moksha. And if you bypass dharma, then everything we have to do reversing. Then afterwards you have to go back again. It's like algebra. A few lessons you miss, afterwards everything looks like something. The language itself, you don't understand what it is. You have to follow every step. You cannot bypass dharma. Therefore, dharma is a Purushartha. And among those values that constitute dharma, ahimsa occupies a prime position. And it cannot be emphasized anymore. We say ahimsa paramo dharma. And therefore, if ahimsa means compassion, so this artha kama pursuits, sometimes, so we may not be able to achieve various ends that we want to achieve in our pursuits of artha and kama, because it would imply that pursuits would imply the sacrifice of dharma, sacrifice of some value. Therefore, what do you sacrifice? If you sacrifice artha and kama, then you are pursuing dharma independently. It is a Purushartha. Of course, it is there very much when you pursue artha and kama. Even you pursue moksha. It is not at the cost of dharma. Any Purushartha is pursued. That is why moksha is not faced by moksha, dharma, artha and kama. This is putting the cart before the horse. Moksha from what? We have to ask. If moksha is there, then why is dharma, artha, kama? Because, so, if moksha is there, dharma has fulfilled itself in moksha. All the artha kamas are fulfilled. Pursuits are fulfilled in moksha. And therefore, dharma, if it is an independent value to be accomplished, compassion which characterizes saintliness is as a routine one has to gain. And that's why that I say that to get away from being just a survivor, one needs to discover compassion by acting it out. An act of compassion will make me compassionate. Value is there. An act of compassion, and keep I doing it, not one act of compassion. Consistently, I keep doing it, then compassion will be with me. Do you know why? I told you, compassion is my nature. The dynamic form of Ananda. The morning I told you Ananda is my nature. Whether I know it or not completely, we can understand this much. Ananda cannot be anything else, cannot be a property of any object. At least that understanding is possible by all of us. Cannot be a property of any object. And no object is available also as Ananda. One particular object, Ananda. We have got apple, orange, potatoes. What is the connection? I don't know. But then what? But then Ananda is one more. Ananda. $10 Ananda. No. There is no object called Ananda. There is no place called Ananda. There is no person also called Ananda, even though we are all calling ourselves Anandas. But Anandas also pull a long face. Yeah. Anandas also say ouch. Ouch Ananda. And there is a reason for calling ourselves Anandas, of course. And therefore, there is no such Ananda is not an object, is not a place, is not a time, is not an attribute, an adjective to an object. Over. This is all what we have got in the world. There is, of course, a happy hour. Time. Time is Ananda. Swamiji, don't say in America there is no time is Ananda. We have happy hour. Happy hour. 1 hour, happiness. Between 5 and 6 or 6 and 7?
Sometimes
4 to 5 also? 4 to 7. That is the most unhappy hour. That is to sell. Some people are wondering what is that. Some bar, the bars, they have this happy hour and the drinks are little less in price. They give some concession if you come in that hour. Right from the office you go, workplace you go, because it's happy hour. He's inviting people. Then afterwards they drive home. You can understand how happy it is. So what I say, so this time, there is no time called happiness. That particular time comes, you become happy, and afterwards you become unhappy. There is no such time. There is no place, a magic place where you go, you become happy. Outside you are not happy. Go there, you become happy. Go outside, you are not happy. This kind of a place is not available. What about ashram, Swamiji? Until you bite a chili, then that you are happy, all right. And while you are eating, then I have seen somebody doing ashram chili is not less hot, I tell you. Therefore, that's not true. You can be happy. You can be unhappy anywhere, okay? You can be happy here, you can be unhappy here. Anywhere you can be happy, you can be anywhere you can be unhappy. Therefore, no particular place, magic place, you go there, you become happy. Come out. What about Las Vegas? Ayo, don't say. What about this place, like, this, where the giant wheels are all there, roller coasters are there, Disneyland. What about Disneyland? That's a magic place. Yeah. Lot of couples went to Disneyland and came in different, yeah, because of quarrel there. So that's all. No magic place, no time, no object, no attribute of an object can be called happiness. But still you become happy, and therefore you can understand at least happiness is not anywhere else except in you. Outside it is not there, therefore it is inside. One Mahatma told, happiness is inside. Then this man was talking, happiness is inside. Happiness is not outside. Happiness, I happen to hear, that's why whenever I hear something, it goes into my head and comes out of it the same way. I'm not mimicking anywhere. Don't think that I am mimicking somebody, no. However it goes, it comes out. That's all. What can I do? Happiness is inside. Happiness is not outside. If it is outside, where it is? The same object makes you happy sometimes, makes you unhappy sometimes, makes one happy sometimes, makes another person unhappy sometimes, and therefore happiness is inside. Everybody is happy now. So inside means what? This is Swamiji. So I ask a question, inside means what? Inside means what? Inside your stomach? Full of ulcers? Inside the kidney? With stones? Or the liver with cirrhosis? Or in heart, which had 3 attacks? Inside means what? Swamiji, don't take it literally. Then how should I take? When you speak, what should I take, sir? You tell me. If I don't take literally, what should I take? I should go beyond literature? Beyond your words and sentences? Then why do you talk? Keep quiet. Why do you talk? Keep quiet. We will be very happy seeing you. Then he talks, he says, hey, happiness is, inside means inside the mind. Come on. That makes me climb the wall. Really? I should be up there. Why I'm sitting here, I don't understand. So that How can you say inside the mind? Do you say, the mind makes me happy? Yes, Swamiji. Yes, mind makes me happy. The mind makes me happy. That means when I am sad, there is no mind. Oh, when I am sad, when you are sad, of course there is mind. Then what? No, certain mind, you are happy. In certain mind, you are happy. Oh, in certain mind, so which is, in any mind, I think one can be happy. Certain mind means some people have got certain mind. No. In certain condition of the mind, you are happy. You are coming somewhere. Itna questions, so many questions make you think, okay? At least you answer me something. All right, under some conditions of the mind. Then how do you get these conditions of the mind? You know, when you fulfill a desire, then and until another desire rises, you become happy. Don't tell me this. Because when you fulfill a desire, understand, when you fulfill a desire, you can also pray to the Lord, oh Lord, why I was born? Because he fulfilled the desire. He fulfilled the desire. He wanted to marry this person. He got married. And then this is the person I wanted to marry. If at all I marry only this person. Lot of fight. And afterwards he got married. Then afterwards what? Afterwards what? Afterwards he says, I wish I was not born. That is the prayer. Therefore, it is not the fulfillment of desire. And they say, after fulfilling a desire, and then rise of another desire, in the interval you become happy, it seems. Whenever I am happy, more often than not, I have not fulfilled any desire. Correct? I told a joke, and this fellow did not laugh. I thought he was a serious person. Then afterwards, after 1 week, he came back, and Swamiji, so I laughed for your joke. Oh my God, the whole day I was laughing, Swamiji. At that time when you told the story, I didn't laugh. After 1 week, so and in the bathroom, suddenly I got the idea, and then I understood. Then I just laughed. Then I asked him, what did you understand? Then he told me how he understood the joke. Then I laughed also. So, then only I realized, for one joke there are two laughters. So I never knew that. What? This is to make you laugh without telling a joke, correct? If you don't laugh for this also, we have to do something else, So whatever, leave that alone. It goes on and on. It's just a problem. It has got a spiraling. And therefore, it is not between what desire did you fulfill when you laughed, nothing. More often than not, you are happy when you don't fulfill a desire. You need not fulfill a desire. Sometimes you fulfill a desire, sometimes you don't fulfill a desire. It all depends upon what? Upon you. correct, safe, is not even condition of the mind, is upon you. When you don't see yourself a wanting person, if a situation doesn't evoke the wanting person, you are happy. Simple. That is your nature. That's your nature. In fact, you are happy when you are yourself. Not what you think you are. That is why self-forgetting becomes so important. What do you think that you are makes you unhappy. Whenever you forget your thought about yourself, you are happy. You are happy, I am happy, we are all happy. And therefore, this logically speaking, based upon our own experience, our experience of naturally loving, being myself the happy person, I don't make a complaint that I am happy, but I cannot stand myself when I am unhappy. Correct? And therefore, logically, it's clear from experience. It's a logic born of experience. It's a logic to accommodate our experience. This is called Anubhava Yukti. Our own Anubhava gives us a certain yukti, certain reasoning. Reasoning based on our own experiences convinces me that I am Ananda. And that is the reason why when there is compassion, you are close to yourself. That is why it seems to be the most important thing, because I'm telling you, we always say Satyam is speaking truth is very important. I can speak truth and make everybody suffer because I speak truth. I am honest. And when I begin talking, everybody runs away from me because I'm so honest. You know, I'm so honest. According to me, you are an idiot. According to me, I cannot stand you at all. And so I am so honest. This honest nonsense. Speaking truth also implies that I need to be pleasant. Hitam bruyat, satyam bruyat, apriyam na bruyat. So satyam api apriyam na bruyat. Therefore, don't bluff in order to please, but at the same time, and don't tell the truth and displease people. It is said like this. Keep quiet. That is why we have got a choice to speak or not to speak. Okay? So in fact, it is important to learn when not to speak. It's so important. When to speak is a different thing. When not to speak is more important than when to speak. Because even when you speak, it doesn't matter at all. Then when not to speak is very important, because when speaking doesn't matter, not speaking matters. Think it over. Not speaking matters. Really not speaking matters. When speaking doesn't matter at all, causes problems. Therefore, what I say, people think Satyam is one thing. I tell you, it is not Satyam that really, you can say, I speak truth and make everybody suffer. You can suffer too. You can't be kind to yourself. And therefore, compassion really makes you a person speaking truth It's not that compassionate people tells a lie. A compassionate person doesn't need to tell a lie. Doesn't need to prove himself, herself as a person. And that alone makes a person tell a lie, etc. And therefore, when I look into the very value system, what comes out for me as a thing to be cultivated deliberately, consciously, is compassion. It pulls out the bigness in you, the wholeness in you, love in you, understanding, giving. And gentleness in it. The gentleness and a certain gentleness is so important. Makes such a difference in family life also, in married life. If gentleness is out, it's so easy. Caring becomes easy. That is why I say, give yourself a chance to be a sevak, okay? So I'm coming to really something. So this is just by the way. And just to do something, talk to people, what we are doing. And it's good to be a sevak. Everybody should be a sevak. It's not enough, I say, please make a note. It's not enough that you give money. We need all the money. The Gurukulam needs money. But Seva requires you are bringing money. You have to talk to people. People who don't come here at all. People who can appreciate need of India. So they can talk to them. Everyone should talk to people. In fact, I want every doctor should tell his patients. You'll say that no patient will come. Patients will come. Patients will come. If they love you, patients will come. Patients will appreciate you, that you are a good doctor. Every doctor should. I'm just giving an idea. What I say, what you can do, I do not know. But you should, just like Jehovah's Witness, you have to be out, talking to people. You have to talk about the Gurukulam, about what we are doing. Gurukulam also needs help. And what we are doing out in India is a very big thing. Today perhaps you will see part of it. We have a documentary, some video is there small, and we can see a bit of it. And so much we are doing. It's endless. You saw, the Seva you saw. So that needs a lot of work. You know that? So what is there is a lot of work. Tremendous work. Still, sky is the limit. Needs a movement. And then I want to have a critical number you reach, then it begins to proliferate. good things like bad things, You need to reach a number. Until then, we need a lot of help. Therefore, I want all of you to sign up for the Seva. More of it I will talk to you tomorrow. You first to sign up, okay? And I will see further. Om Tatsat. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.